Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Anuta, the Crochet World. Now in today's video we are going to learn how to do a crochet. I've made this video for those people who have no idea about the crocheting and wants to learn how to crochet. Also, you can check out if you have forgotten the skills about the crocheting and want to revise your skill. Now, of course, to start with the crochet, we need some tools. Something like a yarn, some of the hooks. This is for the crochet hook. You're gonna need some measuring tape to measure out your project, a pair of scissors, one yarn needle, some of the stitch mark. About this stitch markers, now you can find out any stitch marker which is available in the market, but these pins are doing the same thing. If you don't have the stitch marker, I also recommend you to what you can do is stitch markers are these specifically to know where your stitch is, and even if you want to start some new row, you can cut out the strip from your yarn and put it into that stitch, and that's it. That's gonna be all right. So you don't need that fancy stitch markers. If you don't have stitch markers, you don't need to worry at all. So yes, these are the tools we are gonna need to start this crochet. Now let's talk about yarn. Before you start your project, it's really important to know your yarn very well. Here I have this yarn, and it is a blend of two fabrics. It is a blend of a 50% cotton and a 50% acrylic. You can choose whatever yarn you want. There are plenty of yarn available in the market, something like acrylic, cotton, wool, silk, alpaca. It's totally up to you whichever yarn you want to use. But make sure whenever you're starting up your project, you have your enough yarn in stock, because sometimes it happens that you finish out your yarn in the middle of your project, and it might possible that you will not be able to find the exact same color, exact same yarn. So it's really important when you start your project to have your yarn in advance. Now about the yarn again, you don't need to worry about which hook you're gonna need, and how much it's gonna take up to end up your project, because the technical details have been always been written on the yarn. So say for an example, I've got this yarn, and as I said, this is a blend of 50% cotton and 50% of acrylic, and it has been written here that you're going to need a 5 mm of hook. So here I have this hook is of a 5 mm hook. So as I said, you don't need to worry which hook you're going to need. Even if you're in the USA, you're going to have that size of size 6 in the USA. If you're knitting with this yarn, you're going to need 4 mm of the knitting needles. Now this is the rows. It's going to take, if you're having this 5 mm of hook, you're going to end up having 10 into 10 centimeters long project. So yes, you can go on, you can find out whichever project you have been doing, and you can find out that how much is yarn you're gonna need. Again, the length is 250 meters. The color is light blue. Again, the lot, it's important to check out on your lot is 4260, because this lot will have exact same yarn. So if next time I want to go to the shop and I want to buy this same exact yarn, I will check out the lot of 4260, so that I can have the exact same yarn, exact same color, and everything exactly I want. So yes, these are some of the instructions I would like you to keep in mind. This is the another yarn I have, and this one is premium acrylic yarn. This is 100% acrylic. This is premium acrylic yarn. It is of 100 grams, and it has a color of a light pink. Now this yarn is going to use 4 mm of hook. This one is my 4 mm. Sorry, this one is my 4 mm hook. So yes, you're going to need a different kind of hook for a different kind of yarn. So first, I would like to tell you that please choose your yarn, and then choose your hook, and everything's been returned. As I said here also, yeah, that is the lot number, 20,044,000. So this is the lot number. So if I want this exact same yarn next time, I will go for this lot. I'll go to the same shop and I will check out for the same lot, so I will get the exact same yarn. But just to make sure you don't want to end up in any misery, it would be better to choose your yarn in advance and have it in plenty whenever you're starting your project. It's really important. So these are the yarns and these are the tools, the basic tools. These are not the items. These are the basic tools you're going to need. And happy crocheting. Now let's start with a slip knot. To do a slip knot, what I generally do is, it's totally up to you. Whichever way you find it easier, you can do it in your way. What I used to do is, I'll take a yarn. Now this one, the yarn which is attached to your ball of yarn, it is called a working yarn, and this is just a loose end. Now put your 2 fingers like this. Just put your yarn around your 2 fingers and make it in a cross. Make an X here. Okay, now it's totally up to you. I have just taken out my finger and just pull this working yarn through this loop, and this is your slip knot. See, let's do it again. What I am doing is, I just put the yarn in this way. I just put the yarn through my fingers, and with the help of my thumb, I will hold the yarn like this, and I will just pull this working yarn through this loop, and that's it. It is my slip knot. Now this is my 4mm hook. This is my 4mm hook, and with this one I've worked I've done something before with this yarn. So anyway, I've used this one, and I know this one is gonna need 4mm of hook. Now just do it in this way. Now what I do is, whenever I start any of my project, I just hold my loose end, the loose end of my yarn like this, and the working yarn I always do. Let me just take out some yarn from here. Yeah. Now with this yarn, what I always do is, I just do it in an easiest way like this. Okay, so my 2 middle fingers, I just put my yarn in here, and I'll just round the yarn on my first finger. There are plenty of people who do in a different way, who hold the yarn in a different way. So it's totally up to you, whichever way you want to hold your yarn. I just do it in this way. See, just this way. Just my 2 fingers on top of it, and just round of my first finger, and I will hold the knot with my 2 fingers. My first finger will be loose, and my first finger is gonna hold the yarn so that, you know, I will not miss out. So yes, now to do a chain, this is your slip knot. Now to do a chain, just put your yarn under the just put your hook under the yarn over, and pull it through. Again, put your hook under the yarn over, grab the yarn and pull it through the loop. Again, just put your hook under your yarn over, pull it through the loop, and this is your chain. Now do it faster. Now always remember you will have to practice. If you're a beginner, if you have no idea about the chains and crocheting and the slip knot, and you are learning it from here, it's really important that you practice, because without a practice, you might will not be able to do it in a way, just the way I'm doing it, because I'm doing the crocheting since long time now, and of course I have a grip on my yarn, on my needles, on my hooks. So it's really important to have a grip on your fingers, on your yarn. Now this is the chain, and there are so many people who are doing mistakes when they're doing the chain, and then their work just doesn't go right. Some people, what they do is, they just grab the yarn like this. Okay, so what happened here, you can see the loop. The loop is, it's way bigger. See, the loop is way bigger. Because I'm losing this, I can do it in this way as well. This will be the biggest loop. So always have a grip on your yarn and your hook, because this is your 4 mm hook. So the loop will be 4 mm. See, tighten up your work. Don't tighten up too much, but have it easy going. See, and just yarn over and have it in here. Yarn over and pull it through the loop. Yarn over and pull it through the loop. This is the easiest way to do your chain. And I hope you have learned this. Keep practicing about doing the chain and a slip knot. And I'll see you in the next video. See ya.